back to AgTech Reality Check, the series where we make tech make sense for commercial folks in agriculture. We are not trying to start a podcast empire. We're just here to unpack the tech terms that get thrown around all the time, the ones you've probably nodded along to in a meeting and then quietly Googled later. Today, we're talking APIs. They were everywhere a few years ago. Every platform claimed to have them, needed them, wanted more of them. It felt like APIs were going to solve all the world's problems. Spoiler, they didn't, but they are critically important. Actually, they're one of the most misunderstood pieces of tech in ag right now. So we're going to break it down. What is an API? Why does it matter? And what should you be thinking about when someone says we have all the APIs?
Well, APIs are a bit different from previous topics we've covered here, in large part due to APIs being subtly ubiquitous. Many tech fads like LLMs or blockchains, they lean on specific use cases or are so bleeding edge that their skill set or cost curves which prevent a wide rollout. APIs, they aren't so niche. In fact, they're really ubiquitous.
It's an interesting backdrop. I can't say I've ever used a blockchain myself, but might I have used an API before?
You're actually using APIs right now.
Well, I'm clearly not a developer, as we've already established, so there must be some detail lurking here beneath the surface. Can you start from the beginning for me?
Sure. At its core, an API, which stands for Application Programming Interface, is the way different systems talk to each other. Just like you and I are using English over a video call, systems use APIs to communicate over a network. It's actually the digital expression of the physical cloud, which we described in the last episode.
Nice callback.
Yeah, well, think of it like this. If you're a restaurant, the API is your waiter. You don't go into the kitchen and start making your own food, and the chef doesn't come to the table to take your order. The waiter is your go between. They present you with all the options the restaurant can provide you to get things started. Then they take your request, bring it to the kitchen in a format the chef understands, and when the time is right, the waiter delivers the result back to you. Now, think about all the variables of a restaurant, Sheena. What's the menu? How large is my party? Do I expect all the dishes to come out at once? And from the kitchen's perspective, too, when do I pull the ingredients from the fridge? How do I coordinate the grill and the fryer and the oven? Which chefs are running which operations? There's a lot of nuance that I don't know that goes on within the kitchen, and likewise, the chefs, they couldn't care less about which tables are which, just what food is being ordered. So anyway, back to the waiter. That's their job. They facilitate the critical information between two separate parties with separate responsibilities, separate knowledge, and separate capabilities. That's what an API does. It lets systems exchange requests and responses without either of the systems needing to know anything about each other's respective inner workings.
Well, I guess I've never really thought that hard about the systems behind a well-functioning restaurant, Ellie.
Well, I mean, that's why you pay a premium for the food you get. It's not just the recipe and the quality of ingredients. It's the automation, it's the consistency, and it's the speed. And because APIs define the rules of the conversation, or the menus, so to speak, they reduce the chance of error. So the two systems don't have to understand everything about each other. They just have to agree upon what the request should look like and what kind of answer will come back.
Okay, so APIs connect systems without them really having to know each other. But what does it actually mean for people like me? Why is that useful?
For you, Sheena, it's about efficiency and connectivity. Like I said,
Mhm.
you already benefit from APIs, but even beyond the video call we're on, every time you log into a platform with Google or Microsoft, that's an API at work. In ag specifically, the same concept applies. It actually applies a lot. For instance, if you're using a tool like INVISION and you want to connect it to satellite imagery or a farmer's climate field view account, an API is what allows that data to flow in and out automatically and seamlessly.
Nice plug. Uh, but basically that means no more emailing Excel files back and forth.
Well, that's the dream, right?
Yeah.
But if we can get the systems working for us, or at least solving problems amongst themselves, we can incrementally reduce the lag, avoid mistakes, and keep everything up to date in real time. Again, especially in ag, where so many systems are siloed, APIs are what stitch that ecosystem together, the data ecosystem. Put another way, that Excel file that you're still going to have to email, at least it'll be auto-generated and guaranteed to be accurate, right?
All right. So, real talk. I once had someone say to me, we just need more APIs. That'll fix everything. But that's not really how it works, right?
No, no, that's just like saying, "Oh, we need more meetings to solve this problem."
Love a
You can,
meeting, right? Yeah.
right? I mean, you can meet as much as you want, but you still have to have a good agenda, clear goal, framework to get stuff done. And well, anyway, that's a topic in itself. But anyway, using APIs effectively is good, but more isn't the silver bullet. You still need structured data, you still need clear definitions, and you still need a good system on both ends with clear capabilities and boundaries, but also with talented operators guiding the path. So yeah, APIs are essential, but not the more is better silver bullet. So anyway, here's your reality check. APIs don't do the work. They just make the handoffs faster, clearer, and more scalable. Think of them as your connectors behind the scenes, quietly making your systems more useful and your workflows more seamless.
So next time you hear we've got APIs, don't just nod. Ask the question, what does it connect to?
Yeah.
What data moves through it? And what does it mean for me?
Yep, that's right.
That's it for today's AgTech Reality Check. If your team keeps using a buzzword that you don't totally understand, send it our way. We might break it down in a future episode.
Yeah, and there's plenty of fancy acronyms left on our list, but we'll get to that later.
Tackling misconceptions one buzzword at a time. See you next time.
Bye.